President Trump making headlines around the world after his first news conference as president and his first standing beside a foreign leader, both promising to forge a partnership. But Britain's prime minister also not afraid to draw the line. Prime Minister Theresa May didn't waste time revealing what the president promised her about NATO after what the president has said about NATO before. She made it clear where she stands on Russia and on Russian sanctions and on torture after President Trump told us during our interview he believes it works. The British Prime Minister making it clear on her way to the U.S., quote, "We condemn torture." Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
For President Trump, his first big moment on the world stage, meeting with British Prime Minister Theresa May, showing off the bust he returned to the Oval Office.
And it's a great honor to have Winston Churchill back.
The two leaders briefly joined hands as they walked through the colonnade.
Today, the United States renews our deep bond with Britain, military, financial, cultural, and political. We have one of the great bonds. We pledge our lasting support to this most special relationship.
And the Prime Minister showed she knows how to connect with Donald Trump.
I'm delighted to be able to congratulate you on what was a stunning election victory.
But she was quick to point out what Trump promised her behind closed doors about NATO, which he had previously called obsolete. May said Trump reassured her now he's a firm supporter.
We're united in our recognition of NATO as the bulwark of our collective defence, and today we've reaffirmed our unshakable commitment to this alliance. Mr. President, I think you confirmed that you're 100% behind NATO.
And on the U.S. and European sanctions imposed after Russia invaded Ukraine, the White House has suggested they could be lifted, not Theresa May.
We believe the sanctions should continue.
President Trump is speaking with Vladimir Putin tomorrow. Today, he said he hopes they have a fantastic relationship, but
I've had many times where I thought I'd get along with people, and I don't like them at all. And I've had some where I didn't think I was going to have much of a relationship, and it turned out to be a great relationship. So, Theresa, we never know about those things, do we? But
from the British press, tough questions on some of the things that have made Donald Trump so controversial in Europe.
Mr. President, you've said before that torture works. You've praised Russia. You've said you want to ban some Muslims from coming to America. You've suggested there should be punishment for abortion. For many people in Britain, those sound like alarming beliefs. What do you say to our viewers at home who are worried about some of your views and worried about you becoming the leader of the free world?
this was your choice of a question. There goes that relationship.
On torture, the president told David he absolutely thinks it works. But today, the commander-in-chief promised to defer to his new defense secretary, retired General Mattis, who firmly opposes torture.
He has stated publicly that he does not necessarily believe in torture or waterboarding. I don't necessarily agree, but I would tell you that he will override because I'm giving him that power. So I'm going to rely on him. I happen to feel that it does work. I've been open about that for a long period of time, but I am going with our leaders.
And Jonathan Karl with us live from the White House tonight. And John, there's also news tonight. The president signing that executive order a short time ago calling for extreme vetting of people coming into the United States. Where are we talking about?
Well, this, the White House officials say, is keeping that promise of having extreme vetting from those coming in from countries with a history of ties to terrorism. Although, David, we're still awaiting details about exactly how that extreme vetting will work.
All right, we'll follow this into the night, John. Thank you.